I woke up to my parents moving my brother's stuff into my house. You work from home, right? Where you stay doesn't matter, they said. So I replied, it also doesn't matter to me that you all stay in prison tonight. I woke up at 7 a.m. to the sound of heavy thumping downstairs. I live alone. I bought my 3-bedroom house last year at 26 through sheer hustle, working 80-hour weeks in software engineering. I grabbed a baseball bat and walked into my living room, my heart hammering against my ribs. The front door was wide open. My father and my 24-year-old brother, Leo, were hauling a massive leather couch through my entryway. My mother was standing in my kitchen, happily placing Leo's favorite mugs into my cabinets. I stood there completely frozen, trying to process the absolute insanity in front of me. What the hell is going on here? I demanded, my voice shaking. My mother didn't even look guilty. She just smiled warmly, as if she was doing me a massive favor. Oh, good, you're awake. Leo got evicted from his apartment last night. He needs a place to stay, so we're moving him in, she said casually. Without asking me? In my house? I yelled. My dad dropped aside of the couch with a loud thud, wiping sweat from his forehead. He looked at me with that familiar, dismissive glare he'd used my entire life. Don't start with the drama, Marcus. You have 2 empty bedrooms. You work from home, right? Where you stay doesn't matter. You don't even use most of this space. Leo needs this more than you do. Leo just stood behind him, smirking, arms crossed, completely silent. He has always been the golden child. He gambled away his savings, crashed 3 cars that my parents paid for, and never held a job for more than 3 months. Meanwhile, I was kicked out at 18 and told to figure it out on my own. Get his stuff out of my house. Now, I said, my voice dropping to a dangerously low whisper. Grow up, Marcus! My dad snapped, walking past me like he owned the place. We are a family. You're going to help your brother, and that's final. We already moved his clothes into the master bedroom. You can take the smaller guest room or work from the living room. They had literally rearranged my entire life while I was asleep. They used the spare key I gave them strictly for emergencies. I looked at Leo. He gave me a mocking, victorious wink. They truly believed I would just take it, like I always did when I was a kid. But I wasn't that helpless kid anymore. I took a deep breath, dialed back my anger, and forced a calm expression onto my face. Fine, I said quietly. If you put it that way, give me 20 minutes to clear my work equipment so it doesn't get damaged in the move. My parents smiled, satisfied that they had bullied me into submission yet again. That's more like it, my mom said. I walked upstairs into my home office. My hands were shaking, but not from fear. From pure, unadulterated rage, I didn't move my work equipment. Instead, I locked the office door and called the police. I informed them that 3 individuals had unlawfully broken into my home using a stolen key, were currently trespassing, destroying my property, and refusing to leave despite multiple warnings. Then, I opened my laptop and pulled up the footage from my hidden living room security cameras. It perfectly captured them unlocking my door, moving my personal belongings, and my father explicitly refusing to leave my property. 15 minutes later, 2 police cruisers pulled up outside with their lights flashing. I walked downstairs just as the officers knocked heavily on the front door. My parents looked utterly confused. I opened the door. Officers, thank God. These people broke into my home and are refusing to leave. My dad's face turned bright red. What is wrong with you? Officer, this is our son. We are just helping his brother move in. The officer looked at me. Sir, do you want these people on your property? No, I said clearly. They entered without my permission. I want them pressed with charges for breaking and entering and criminal trespassing. My mother began to scream, tears streaming down her face. Marcus, how can you do this to your own family? Where you stay doesn't even matter to your job? Why are you being so selfish? I looked her dead in the eye, feeling absolutely nothing but ice in my veins. It also doesn't matter to me that you all stay in prison tonight, I replied. The officers didn't hesitate. They ordered my father and Leo to put their hands behind their backs. When my dad tried to push past an officer to get to me, he was slammed against the wall and handcuffed immediately. Leo started crying, begging me to stop. I watched from my porch as all 3 of them were loaded into the back of the police cars. They wanted to take my home. Instead, I gave them a new one for the night.